Welcome to Dare, the show for startup leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs who dare to shape the future. Dare is brought to you by the Oregon Entrepreneurs Network, OEN, and Darwoft, the superpower tech team that can make your vision a reality. Well, this is a special end of 2025. Welcome to 2026 episode of the Dare to Dream podcast, brought to you by Darwoft and by Oregon Entrepreneurs Network. Just before we kick off season 4, I just wanted to review some of my favorite episodes from last year. We began last year by talking to Rick Tazorski from Portland Incubator Experiment and Silicon Florist. He filled us in on what was happening with startups.
How do we amplify the work of others, and how do we help give them more momentum? What are other ways we can fund and support early stage companies that are promising? And it's not just a financial commitment. People can be solving really interesting problems. They can be building really amazing and impactful products, but they're not always at a scale that is attractive to venture capital. Then we're going to see the impact of AI and how that makes things more efficient for startup founders. And I think for the Portland startup community, the most promising aspect of that is how much you can get done with little to no capital investment. Anything that improves founders' ability to get to market, start generating revenue, like all of those aspects are always valuable.
We followed that up with a great joint interview between Cecilia Mariani, the CEO of Darwoft, and the executive director of Oregon Entrepreneurs Network.
I think that what failure teaches you is sometimes like how to be even more innovative than you were going to be in the first place.
But I love that. I always say that I really like to fail fast and learn. So it's something that, of course, that I failed a lot of time, but it's the possibility to improve and to change.
There's just something about the entrepreneurs that fail and their resilience because of the role that I have in the community. Like I can tell you who I think will succeed because they're the ones that like have a bad day and are willing to like learn from it. And the folks that are not as open to being wrong are not always the ones that are going to wind up making the best entrepreneur.
When you are having problems or issues, you need to have time to think in a different way.
That ability to see both sides and like kind of everything in the middle has helped me lead in the last couple of years in a very public-facing organization.
And you know that we need to adapt. There is something of resilience, but when I set up a goal, I continue doing it in a different ways and I'll keep moving forward.
We also had a fantastic interview with Joseph Wino from the Oregon Accelerator, where he talked about the drone technologies that they're cultivating out of the hinterlands in Oregon. We talked to Corey Shalibo from Deo. Deo is getting a lot of attention for helping people block social media and reclaim their lives. We talked to Yalda Moshiri of Oregon Entrepreneurs Network, Angel, Oregon.
So I made a decision right then and there to find ways to create more career opportunities and create jobs no matter what I was doing in my life. So what I dare to dream and have dreamed since that point is how do I create more opportunities for people? And if I'm able to influence and create generational wealth for folks like myself, whether it's through mentorship or through co-founding or founding a company of my own, I dream of folks being able to have the dreams they have for themselves and to create more prosperity for everyone around me.
We also talked to Holly from Guilds with Benefits. You can see billboards for Guilds with Benefits all over Portland now.
I just couldn't get over the fact that it's 2025. 36% of the workforce are independent contractors. But we're at the point right now where this is a lot of people, most of them who have previously been W-2 and are now, independent contractors. That's not happening. They're trying to figure out, how do I get the next client so that I can pay my mortgage? They don't know how to file their own quarterly self-employment taxes. They don't know how to shop around for good health insurance.
They get the benefits sometimes of a higher hourly rate, but they lose all the actual benefits provided by either being part of a union or being part of a large company.
It's no surprise to me that we don't have these kind of benefits. What really drives me to do this is the fact that the only reason traditional workers have access to things like paid time off and health insurance and retirement plans is because they've fought for it for decades in an organized way. Part of what we're trying to design is a system where it's really hard to make a bad financial choice. By limiting their choices, you have the choice of something really great or impossibly good. Yeah, we're really trying to get in front of people and spread this message because nobody knows what this is yet because this doesn't exist yet. It exists.
Of course, we also ventured outside of Portland to talk to Joey Repeats down in Ashland about Joey's hot sauce.
Words of wisdom. I think it's really important to follow your passion. Use as much tools out there to get the insight into the industry that you're going in and the competitiveness. Know what is the differentiator between you, whatever you're creating and your competition. Know it intimately. Get straight with your numbers. Partner with somebody in your numbers. Be on top of your sales. What's working. Listen to your audience. I think it's really important to listen to your audience. Find your groove. I don't have experience in the food product industry, but we've accomplished a lot with not just really being honest with ourselves, really being honest with our growth. We've accomplished a lot, but at the same time, there's like such a long place to go.
We also really enjoyed talking to Anya Chang of the startup Taylor.
You embrace the moments and think about what you are good at.
Embrace where you're at and use the resources you have. Don't be blind to be someplace else because there is no magic play. See how you can help, whether that's helping the community or helping the ecosystem or just helping another founder.
Many times that your connectors are not the person who you can sell to right away. By using my strengths, I think it keep me keep going. Keep using your strengths and you won't be afraid. So then you can keep going and eventually you will find a light in the tunnel.
Some of my other favorite interviews this year included Ray Jang, Zach Holland, Gary Jin with his Surge Motion startup, Beth Hannon from Bend, and we ended the year with two incredible interviews, Jack Fan of the Oregon AI Accelerator and Shannon Barra with her episode on why you might not want to start that business. So we had a fantastic year in 2025, and I'm looking forward to an even more incredible year in 2026.
Thanks to our guests today for their insights into the entrepreneurial ecosystem. We wish you all the best in your startup journey. The Dare Show is brought to you by the Oregon Entrepreneurs Network and by Darwoft, the superpower tech team that can make your vision a reality. Visit us at oen.org or at darwoft.io. Thanks again for listening. Till next time.